Hello and welcome back to the Gold Newsletter channel. My name is Kai Hoffmann. I'm the @JR Mining Guy on Twitter. And together with our good friend Brien Lundin, I'm the host of this channel. And we got a breaking news special for you. Pan Global just put out a press release this morning. It is about soil geochemistry. And it's an important release because it doubles the size of a known target area. And we've invited the president and CEO, Tim Moody, on the show to explain those geochem results to us. It's a bit of a technical release. That's why I brought him on, to help us simplify it and help us understand it. Now, without much further ado, Tim, let's get you on the program here. It's good to see you again. Thanks so much for joining me.
Yeah, good to see you also, Kai.
Yeah, absolutely. We need to talk about the press release you just put out mere minutes ago. You doubled the size of the soil geochemistry anomaly at the Bravo target. Explain that to us. Simplify it for us. Make it, or explain it like like I was 5 years old.
Yeah, no, for sure. So the Bravo target, for those who are sort of not so familiar, was a large gravity anomaly that we identified from some historical gravity survey information. In fact, an old contour map, and so it was recognised as something pretty big. It'd never been drilled. It was quite about a kilometre or so to the east of our main discovery at La Romana, the copper tin silver discovery. The geology looked to be extending in the direction of the Bravo gravity anomaly. So we started exploration there about a month ago. We put out some early results a few weeks ago. The first batch of soil geochemistry, which showed a sort of coherent lead zinc anomaly covering part of the gravity anomaly, and which was good news because we were seeing signs of mineralization potentially in the soil geochemistry, and it was coincident with the gravity anomaly, which is where you'd hope to see it. So this latest news release is the further results from that soil geochemistry sampling program. We've now sort of covered the entire gravity anomaly, and we've also completed detailed gravity as well. So this today's news release really was talking about both surveys, the soil geochemistry and the gravity survey. So firstly, the gravity data confirmed the original, the older target, perhaps better defined it, gave it some more definition. But really interesting was that the soil geochemistry, the lead zinc in particular, grew, doubled in size, extended the anomaly off to the east, again showing that very strong coincidence of the peak of the lead zinc soil geochemistry with the peak of the gravity. So, you couldn't ask for a better relationship. And not only that, it's the size of the target. And we're talking about a gravity anomaly that's, kilometre and a half, nearly 2 kilometres long by over a kilometre north-south. And now we've got the gravity lead zinc anomaly that overlaps most of that gravity feature. So really good news.
Yeah, Tim, I'm not sure if you can see it on the screen, but I was wondering, are you hiding an Easter egg for us in here? And it's the soil results, fairly high lead zinc results to the very east of Bravo. Like, I'm not sure if you can see that hand going over it on the screen, but there's a line, and it looks like it's a line between Bravo and La Romana. And I'm speculating here because I can't see what's on the east side of it or to the left of it. Can you explain that to us? Is that an indication that Bravo and La Romana could be connected?
Yeah, so also in today's news release, we announced that we were extending the soil geochemistry survey to cover that gap between Bravo and our La Romana discovery. So that's as far as we'd got really with the step out soil sample lines to the west, and you can see that there is a lead and lead zinc soil anomaly in that sort of westernmost line. So that's in that gap between La Romana and Bravo. So look, let's see what the additional soil geochemistry results show as we continue the survey to join up with La Romana, and let's see if there's something that indicates some continuity of the mineralization in that gap.
Yeah. Oh, apologies. Of course, I meant to the west. I said east the whole time. I don't know why. It's to the left. It's to the west. So that's where it is. Couple things. Like, one thing I've noticed reading the press release, and it's the first two lines in the press release. Now, while I have it up, might as well show it to the audience as well. But let me just scroll up here. It's the first two sentences. The soil lead zinc anomaly is about 1.7 by 1 kilometer size, and then the gravity anomaly is 2 kilometers by 1.5 kilometers size. And a very simple question popped into my head, like, why is there a size difference? And again, I'm not an engineer, I'm not a geologist. Tim, maybe you can explain it to us.
Yes, so the gravity anomaly is probably, we know it's reflecting something dense that is buried not only beneath the post-mineral cover, the soil or sediment that sits over the top, but potentially beneath other rock as well. So I think that's reflecting some dense body. Hopefully it's a massive sulfide or a sulfide system. And the lead zinc soil geochemistry is something that's perhaps looking at dispersion of lead and zinc in the post-mineral cover. So, it won't necessarily mimic exactly the underlying gravity anomaly, but it does cover a large proportion of that gravity anomaly, and most particularly the highest lead zinc geochemistry coincides with the peak of the gravity anomaly. So hopefully that explains it.
A little bit. Like, I need to dive a little deeper personally, but that's me, just my lack of what you call geological knowledge here, Tim. And maybe another question in that regard is you always talk about lead zinc anomalies, but I always had you in the copper explorer bucket, right? Explain that the correlation, lead zinc with copper to us a bit.
Yes. So actually, one thing I'll add to the previous answer is that if Bravo, if the geology is similar to what we see at La Romana, that it's dipping to the north, so tilted downwards and getting deeper to the north, then you would expect the geochemistry to be stronger on the southern half of the gravity anomaly, and that is exactly what we're seeing. So that's consistent with our interpretation that this could be similar to the La Romana setting. So your second question about, well, we are a copper exploration company, but copper doesn't disperse, it doesn't as well in the post-mineral cover. So lead, zinc, or more particularly lead, seems to disperse better in the post-mineral sediments and give a better reflection, like what they call a pathfinder to mineralization. So we think the presence of lead and zinc is potentially an indicator of massive sulfide, and we hope that massive sulfide has a copper-rich centre to it, as we see with most other VMS deposits in the area, and as we see it at La Romana. So that's the part of the explanation. And of course, these systems are zoned, so you often have a copper centre close to the feeder system, if you like, the source of where the metals are coming from, and then that zones out into more lead zinc on the peripheries or above. So we could be looking at perhaps the edge of the system, so where it's more lead zinc, and this zones to copper somewhere else in the system. So we do actually get some anomalous copper values in the soils over Bravo. It's just not as coherent as the lead and zinc. We're getting up to 200 ppm copper in the soils, which is quite anomalous. But it doesn't tell as good a story in terms of being a pathfinder to potential massive sulfide as the lead zinc.
Gotcha. No, thanks for explaining that, Tim. And you mentioned in your previous answer, and we all know that you've only gotten access to Bravo in July, and now we're here talking early September. You're moving really, really quickly. You're getting results published and out into the market here as well. What are the next steps now, Tim, and how quickly are you moving forward?
Yeah, no, look, things have gone really, really quickly. We're well ahead of schedule. So the next steps are really to do more detailed modelling of the gravity. And combine that with the sort of our geological interpretation to see if we can sort of get some sort of 3D visualization of what this gravity anomaly could look like, and then we'll look to plan some additional geophysics, probably IP or a combination of IP and electromagnetics. So these are methods where you're putting electricity into the ground, and if there are sulfide minerals, metal sulfides, that they would light up and give you a response and give you some third dimension information. So we'll use that information then to plan and position the first drill holes on this pretty big target.
Do you have a rough timeline for us, Tim? Like, we're always, always greedy here as investors, and we always want to see what the next thing is. And of course, it's supposed to happen tomorrow.
Yeah. So I would imagine within a month or so we'll have advanced this to being ready to start to position the drill rig. So yeah, so I would think in the next couple of months we'll be ready to be drilling at Bravo.
No, fantastic. Tim, next press release we can expect from the company?
We have some drill results to come from Laramana, the last drill holes. So I expect we'll have those to publish pretty shortly. We'll also have an update on the progress on the exploration on our Carmenes project, which is the copper, nickel, cobalt breccia pipe mineralization up in the far north of Spain. So we've got news to put out on that as well.
No, fantastic. Lots coming out. Lots happening. Tim, really appreciate your time. I know you're down in Spain right now. You're on site, so I'm going to let you go because we need some more soil samples. We need you to test that area between Bravo and Laramana, Tim. You better do it.
Yeah,
do it quick. So I'm excited about that because if that connects, it's huge with a Y. So
yeah,
fantastic, Tim. Thank you so much.
Bravo is a big target, and of course, it's just one of the many.
Yes, absolutely. And it could be that cherry on top of the ice cream sundae that we're all looking for as investors and set us off to the races. So make that happen, Tim. In the meantime, make sure everybody else subscribes to the channel. Thank you so much for watching here this breaking news special with Pan Global Resources and President and CEO Tim Moody. They put out some technical results, soil geochemical results and gravity anomaly results, which are really, really impressive because they double the size of the known Bravo target area. Next step, of course, is to prioritize drill hole data, the drill holes, and to potentially start drilling in about 4 to 6 weeks. So really excited to see that happen. And of course, I want to see that Laramana joins up with Bravo because that will be a game changer for the company. And we've seen a bit of a sneak peek in that one line on the soil chemistry, and I'm looking forward if that can be followed up. So thanks so much for tuning in. We'll be back with lots more here on the Gold Newsletter channel. Thank you.